How we doing? Saturday night, we're going to try this live thing again. How great is that? Welcome, what appears to be all four of us, because I'm one of them. Let me turn my phone down here, my phone, so I can monitor what's going on here. Welcome again, the other three of you, whomever they may be. Sherry, how you doing? It's fun to have you here this week. I know you weren't here last week. Welcome to the Ski Rex Media Live podcast and virtual opera party. I hope everyone's Saturday is going well. Mine is as well. As you can see, we're off to a good start. We're up to 7. I think I'm going to tell a quick story before we get into the two topics, though. Part of my drinking. It was pointed out to me earlier this week about this shirt here. My Sully Erna shirt. My Sully Erna for President shirt, which is about as, I don't know, political as I'll get here on Ski Rex Media. You know, let's turn off the music here. Let's turn off the music so you can hear me better. Let me see. Sorry, I'm still getting a handle on how to run this stuff live. All right, so this shirt here. Now you could say, Tim, what does that have to do with skiing? Well, typically it doesn't have anything to do with skiing. I don't even know if any member of Godsmack skis or snowboards. I wouldn't doubt it, New Englanders after all, but it is because of a job that I had in skiing and snowboarding. I worked at Mount Snow down in southern Vermont. Everybody knows this. I don't keep that secret. And we're down to 4. Man, the fluctuation of viewers, man, it throws you off. You don't know if you're talking to one person, yourself, or like 50 people. It's very strange. I'm still getting the hang of it. Anyway, while we're waiting for more people to come in and try and stay on if they can. What's up, G-Move? How you doing, man? I see you there. While working at Mount Snow, working in the Grand Summit Hotel, the band was playing down at Sundance Lodge. And since I had to work, my car was parked down by Sundance, so I had to walk down from the Grand Summit down to the parking lot anyway, so I snuck in. One of my friends who was here last week watching, will probably be here tonight watching again, left the loading dock door open, and I went right in. So, at some point, somewhere, there we go. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Hope your night is well. I'm also getting the hang of it. So yeah, at some point, I probably owe the band or the promoter or somebody money on a ticket. But that was a long time ago, and let me tell you, if they come looking for it, I'll be surprised. It wasn't expensive anyways, I remember. I just happened to take advantage of the fact that I not only worked there, but I knew someone who worked there, obviously, because I knew a lot of people on that mountain. And I got in to see my favorite band because of working at a ski mountain. So there you go with that. And this is also about as political as Ski Rex Media will get. Not that I mind talking about politics. I don't. I can do it very civilly, and I can debate them very well. But beyond Sully Erna for President, which is a shirt I wear fairly frequently, that's about as political as Ski Rex will get. Until I, announce my own candidacy, which will probably be after this election. I will be president. I will be running for president on the platforms of, efficiency, doing away with a little bit of the IRS, if not all of it, and maybe putting pedestrians back in their place. So take that as you will. Take it or leave it. Let's see. What are we up to? 6 viewers. We'll wait a few more minutes before we get into everything here. As always, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, we have the hashtag shameless plug bar with all the social media over here. and all the money making over here. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you can follow. Most of you already do. Most of you are actually Twitter followers. But there are some crossovers. Plus, there's links in the description. So if you don't want to try and, read off the screen and then type it or switch back and forth if you're on your phone, it's all linked linked right below in the description. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You'll see different things from me all different days. And then if you feel like supporting the program, supporting Ski Rex Media, we have Patreon here and merch there. I will be modeling merch once I get it in the mail. It has not arrived here yet, but that's probably partly my fault. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a bit absent-minded. But you can jump onto the merch, or you can jump onto Patreon and throw a buck or two this way if you so choose. And speaking of Twitter and Twitter following and Twitter followers, we do have the Twitter feed. Now, how do I bring that up again? I forget. Yes, I do. Boom. There we go. Check it out. So as you can see here now, we have the few. If you do a hashtag of Virtual Opera, as you can see, VIRTUALAPRES. Doesn't have to be capitalized like I do. If you just put it in, it'll pop up. If you tag Ski Rex Media, SKIREXMEDIA, you can also see at the bottom of the screen. And there is Rob, late to the party, but showing off his Virtual Opera colors and showing that works. And you can send through whatever message you want there. The live chat, you can put pictures on the Twitter feed and those will come up. And we can have a good time here on the old Virtual Opera party. And like I said, we're waiting a minute or two to see if we get anybody else coming in. We have 8 so far in here and I'm one of the 8. As I said, I keep monitoring on my phone just so I can, know that it's working. And it worked pretty well last time. I'm telling you, Vermont may be known for skiing in the Green Mountains, but it is not known for its infrastructure. I'm thinking I have the best internet connection in the entire state. So if any of my Vermont brothers and sisters are watching tonight or watching the replay tomorrow on Easter, know that I have the best internet connection in the state, and, rock and roll on that. So how we doing, everybody, on our Easter Eve? I didn't realize it was Easter Eve until sometime this morning. I had no idea whatsoever. So it's kind of awesome that you all are hanging out. I know people aren't doing much because of lockdowns and quarantines and stay-at-home orders and things of the like. But, you might be doing something. I don't know. The Easter Beagle, if you like watching, Charlie Brown Easter Beagle, if you like watching holiday animated specials, that might be the way to go, to do your Easter. If you get into the Easter grass, and by Easter grass, making Easter 420, not 412, that's cool too. Do your thing, baby. I don't mind. I'm just here, trying to entertain you, trying to entertain myself, and trying to see what's going on. Let's see here again. Up 6. We're floating between 6 and 7, and now we're down to 5. Is that what we're going to have? Are people bouncing out, bouncing in? I don't know. Should I get on with it? Scooter, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? How you doing? I'm pretty sure you should have a package coming to you as well, just like I have one coming to me from the same place. I think that was you. Was that you? I think that was you. I don't remember, though. Told you, I'm absent-minded. I also don't have even root beers tonight. I don't drink beers anymore, but I don't have root beers tonight either. Keep to the essentials, and water is essential. Or so they say. I don't know. I've been wrong before. For some people, maybe beer is essential. I don't know. And like I said, I am babbling, but we're trying to, let a few more people in before we start on tonight's topics. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Who's this? There it is. Got the helmet. G-Move got the helmet and the goggles like that. Virtual Opera. Send it. He did already? No, I certainly didn't send it. I'm not sending it now. I'm a babbling fool until we get going here. That's the funny part about this, man. Yeah, Scooter, man, as soon as you get that picture through, man, we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about this. I went through the merch plugging, the shameless plug bar, and I told you guys how to get to, oh, that was Rob who sent that through. I'm an idiot. You'd figure I know how to read. So we did the shameless plug bar. We did the Godsmack story. I made that a lot quicker than it usually is. It's usually a longer story. It's really not much more to the story. I just like to tell a long story. There's 2 topics tonight. 2 topics. I'm going to try topics on the old live stream because we didn't do that, We didn't do that last week. It was completely freeform. The two topics tonight are summertime Stoke. How do we keep that skiing alive? And that actually came from Lance talking about it on Twitter. You know, he's one of the Twitter. He's actually one of the Facebook and Twitter crossovers. And he was talking about that. Do we just forget about, you know, for people who can't keep their season going in the 21st century, except for during, you know, COVID-19 issues, the season doesn't have to end in the 21st century. There's tons of different options. You know, us here in the East and in New England, we can just push west and then north as we need to. Or as the summer's coming, we can head south to the Southern Hemisphere. Or we can also go to indoor places. You know, there's indoor places all over the world, and now there's the one in New Jersey. So the season doesn't technically have to end, but he did make a point. What if it does have to end? Because not everybody has the resources to travel. So what do we do for the summer? How do we keep the Stoke alive? How do we keep those dreams alive, those ski dreams alive, ski and snowboard dreams? And so that's going to be topic number one. Now, topic number two comes from something I saw on Quora, whatever that is, Quora.com, that question and answer website. I was kicking around on there, and someone asked about the naughtiest moment on a ski mountain. So I was like, well, you know, that could be kind of funny. We can get into some funny stuff, and I have a story. It's not my story. It's something I witnessed because I think it's funny. I get it, but I think it's funny. And we'll get into that. But because of that, now last weekend, I know that some of my friends were watching and some of their children were watching. So if that's Ski Rex, Sully for president. See, I know. That's what I want too. You tell him, Rob. I'm with you. I'll vote. I'll take you down to you're in a different state than I am, so I can't take you down to the old polling station, but, you know, and vote. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to be president anyway one of these days. You'll see. Anyway, what I was saying was my friends were watching and some of their kids were watching. And now these are, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. One or two of them might jump. You know, I know one of them may or may not be on. He's 16. The naughty mountain moment, I think I'm going to put it in right now. I'm saying right now, that's probably parental discretion advised. You know, teenagers, I know what I was saying and thinking and the shit I was saying and talking about back then. So I leave it up to you if you do happen to be younger and you do happen to be watching, or you are watching with your parents, or if they're in the other room listening when they shouldn't be, or whatever. It could stay fairly innocent. I'm not going to lie. It could absolutely be innocent. I can tell my story in a censored kind of way, and I probably will. But it may not stay that way. And I know typically we're all adults, but maybe not everybody's going to be an adult tonight. I don't know. We're only up to 7, so we're actually at about half of what we were last weekend. So maybe we don't have to worry about that. Maybe we do. But just so it's said, parental discretion, you know, there will always be language, I swear, through the entire thing. Not through the entire thing, but through a good amount of it. But just so you know, that naughty mountain moments thing could get very sexualized, and, you know, to each their own. And I'm warning you now. I don't know how good or bad it's going to be. All right? So since we got more pictures coming up, what do we got here? Beautiful, sporting the new merch. Look at that hoodie, Ski Rex Media hoodie. I know I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it on my screen. Look on your own screen. There it is. Scooter friggin' wearing it, tearing it up, dude. Got it. And he's got the goggles, the helmet, and wait, was that a Ski of the East sticker up there too? Look at that, representing the whole East Coast. Me, the Ski to East kids. I love it. I love it. So, with that, since we have new merch on the screen, since we're ready to go, what do you say we kick off with a little more of that dance music again? I couldn't find any of that hard rock heavy metal that I could use copyright free and fee free because my budget is kind of small. I'm not going to lie about it. So, let's do it, baby. Let's kick that music off. What do you say? Now it should work. Yeah, there we go. All right, now the dance party's going. All we need is a DJ. One of these days, I hope with the I don't know, with the popularity maybe growing, Ski Rex Media starts making money, build a real studio, you know. Although I got the comic book over here, I got the J Peak behind me, I got the Mount Snow behind the Twitter feed, I got Killington over in the corner because I love that place too. Build a real studio, maybe we'll get a real DJ to spin beats, or maybe we'll get a real rock band to play for us. So if you do know any rock bands who want their music to go out on a Z-List live stream and podcast, tell them to send it to me and I'll make sure everybody knows it was them. So let's get going. Summertime Stoke. If you wish to interact on this topic, please continue to use the Twitter feed at Ski Rex Media and also Virtual Opera, or you can use the live chat that is on, if you're on the PC, I believe it is on the right side of your screen. If you are using mobile, it is below the video. You just have to click the live chat, all right? Ever speak off with a woman you knew from the Chairlift Live in the best 15 minutes against the tree? We're doing that topic sepping, bro, but keep that in mind. If that's not there and I forget about it, bring that question back up and I'll come back. Whereas we're going to do, again, we're trying to weed out any youngins that might be in here. Teenagers, tweens, people who might just trip over it. My mom might watch this, okay? And now I understand that she knows that I'm a foul-mouthed, pig, but we'll get to the stories later on. What do you say? So let's start with Summertime Stoke. How do you keep it alive? How do you keep those dreams of skiing alive? How do you keep yourself ready for the next season? Are you the kind of person that does not let your season end? I have never done that. I have always let life get in the way, so I've always been on the East Coast. Therefore, I have to have a summer, and I spend those summers, just keep ready. Try to keep in the mountains the best I can. Try to keep outside the most I can. Personally, I used to get on bikes. That's how I did it. And you could say, well, how does that really equate to skiing? Well, it keeps you in the mountain if you're a mountain biker, even if you're a road cyclist. If you're a road cyclist and you like to get the, do the ups and downs and everything like this, you got to get that vertical somehow. You gotta, and even on a road cycle, it's more than possible. So that is something you can do. And now when I say I'm a cyclist, I'm really just a bike rider. There's a difference in my opinion. And I try to keep that Stoke alive by doing that during the summer and say, all right, I'm in the mountains and I'm keeping in shape, keeping the legs strong, keeping the core strong. That's what you need, keeping the mind sharp, keeping the reflexes sharp. Very similar body needs in cycling and skiing. Maybe not very similar, but one doesn't hurt the other, and one is a good workout for the other. Lance, like I said, he was the one who put this idea into my head for the Summertime Stoke, and he's not on here yet, either under his own name or the name of that computer he was using last weekend. He spoke about skateboarding. And now I do like skateboarding. I haven't done it since I was a little kid, but I have thought about it. Have you? Is this something you do? It's something I do, and not to do tricks either, just to cruise around. And I was thinking about picking up a cheap deck, some cheap trucks, some good enough size wheels so I can roll around on sidewalks and rocks and all this other stuff we got up here in the New England. Just to cruise around, because it is a cool sport, skateboarding. I love it. I like to watch it. I'm not good at it. And again, it's not for tricks or anything. I've never been able to do tricks on anything. Skateboards, nope, I was a downhiller. Skis, I'll go into the park to watch, but I'm not good at doing tricks. Bicycle, I've been riding a bicycle most of my life. I still can't pull a wheelie. Isn't that stupid? Everybody can do that. I can't. And then that also brings us to something akin to skateboarding, inline skates. Now let me ask you this, and you can weigh in on this if you want to. If you do use inline skates during the summer, keeping that Stoke alive, because some people say downhill inline is very similar to downhill skiing, and that really comes to my question. Is it really? I've never felt the similarities. I have done inline skating, and now let me tell you something. The worst injury I ever had on any of these was while skiing. I hurt my back, physical therapy, 30 days, could barely walk, all that good stuff. I've told that story. But on inline skates, I've gotten hurt every time I've been on a hill. Every time I've been on skis in a hill, I've gotten hurt once. I've fallen a lot, but I've only gotten hurt like really bad once. But on inline skates, I will never use these to keep the Stoke alive, because the only thing that's, for me being on inline skates, the only thing that stokes is my doctor's bank account, straight up, because I have fallen pretty bad and didn't go to a doctor, didn't really need to, and that was that one time at church camp. I was on a hill I shouldn't have been on, didn't know how to stop, but it was a good thing that I was wearing pads and a helmet that day. And I wish I had been wearing gloves. I wish I would have been wearing wrist guards and at least gloves, because I just ripped my hand open. But that was it. Little peroxide, little alcohol, bandage it up, fine. I don't even have a scar. You can't even tell which hand it was on. I can't even remember which hand it was on. I think it was the left though. Then the next time I was on a hill, I wasn't wearing any pads at all. Really stupid, and broke a wrist. Straight up broke my wrist. And again, this was during my time at Mount Snow, so it's not like I didn't know how to ski yet, but it didn't translate into, inline skating. So is that really a way to keep the summertime Stoke alive? And people say it is. Rollerblade has a whole campaign and section on their website about, what do they call it? Ski to skate? Skate to ski? I forget. It's on the Rollerblade website. There's a whole group. Here you go. Hey, Ryan, what's up, man? I didn't know you were in here. Inline skates, can't ride a flat sidewalk without falling. Zero fun. See, dude, I'm right with you. There's nothing Stoke about that. And again, it's to each their own. Some people get on these skates. I have friends we used to watch ride hills like it was nothing. And I've seen people do it, and they get in the terrain, not the terrain parks, the skate parks and stuff, and they do the jumps and the flips and the tricks, and there's racing, and there's hockey, and there's all this other stuff. And some people say practice makes perfect. Nothing's perfect, but you get better with practice. I never did. In fact, after that broken wrist is when I gave it up. Just a reminder, if you have missed any part of this, if you've just come into the live stream and you want to see what happened before the Sully Ernest stories, or the Godsmack story, I should say, or the beginning of this segment, you can watch the replay tomorrow if you have nothing to do after you're done opening your Easter basket once the Easter Bunny has made it. Remember, Easter Bunny is immune to COVID-19, so he will be making his rounds tonight. You can check the replay out tomorrow morning. It will be up. Anyway, inline skating, not for me, not the way to keep the Stoke alive. Like I say, I do it on bikes, man, and I'm good with like light trail riding, and I'm good with road cycling. I'm good with both of those. That's good. But if you can do, I'll tell you something, man. I respect mountain bikers, modern mountain bikers, a lot, who are out there in the mountains. And a lot of those guys are skiers and snowboarders, man, because if you have to have, all right, Scooter, grass skis, you do have a point. Now, grass skis, and I'll come back to the mountain biking point in a moment, but since Scooter put up the grass skis are very much a thing. Grass skis are a very neat piece of technology, man. It's got to get a little nerd in you going, because it's got to feel like having tank tracks on your feet, man, because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, is tank tracks, man. What is this? Anyone else getting stuck in the spin zone? What do you mean, dude? Something going wrong? Is there something wrong with the stream? Did we lose the stream? Is that what we're doing? I hope not, because I'm not. The phone's still running good. Like, it's running good for me. It's running good for me, so I don't know. Bear with it. Keep trying. Back out, back in. I think a few people are having trouble because it has dropped from 9 to 7 to 8 to 6 to 7 to 6 to 9. So, for viewers. So, bear with it. I don't know if it's on my end. I don't think so. Everything says it's running right. Everything says it's great. Let me make sure. Alyssa says it's fine. What's up, Alyssa? Thank you for coming this week. She couldn't make it last week, but thank you for coming this week. Ryan's got it too. All right. I know I really kind of panicked on the stream right there, and I apologize for that panic. But like I said, I'm still new to it, and I kind of want this to catch on so we can keep busy during the old quarantine action while we don't have real op right. While we have, our fake op right here, a virtual op right, not fake. Because this is the real deal. We got our dance music and it's going, and we got each other to talk to, and we got drinkies and all this, that, and the other thing. And it's hot as balls in here, and just like a opera club, you in the dance floor, man, it's hot as balls. So there you go. So the grass skis was the point I was making. Born of Ice, keeping the Stoke alive. Rob is keeping the Stoke alive with his Ski the East gear. He is now the proud owner of some Ski the East gear, and they do have great packaging, man. That I love it. You know, they put the name on everything, man. I love those guys. Down at the old Boston Ski and Snowboard Expo, they had their whole setup down there, and it was really cool, man. I loved it. I didn't come back with anything, but then by the time I got to them, I already had a handful of different stuff. I had this poster over here. I had the one behind my head. So shout out to Ski the East, though. I love those guys over there, guys and girls. So, you know, if they, you know, see this, hi, how you doing? You know, hashtag I love Vermont. So there you go. Anyway, back to grass skiing. Grass skiing, it does. Yeah, John, you love grass. What kind of grass, brother? Are we talking about 420, not 411 again? What are we doing here? Grass skiing, again, it does look great because the skis look like tank tracks. That's what they look like, and you gotta feel like that. You gotta almost feel Terminator-ish. I don't know how well they turn. I've seen these things in action. They don't look like they have the best turning. I've watched the races now, or replays of races. It is an FIS discipline. You know, just like, you know, we see Schifrin racing, and everybody cheers America's skiing princess. Wow, that really sounded dick. I didn't mean that. If she happens to see this, I didn't mean that as a dick way. Everybody loves her, you know, and you know, USA, baby. I got USA's back, and she's the best that we got. She's the best anybody's got. So there you go. But FIS also has grass skiing, and you watch it, and you know, turning looks similar. It looks all right. My thing about it is the stopping. I'm not sure you can stop on those things. Not the way we stop on regular skis. Yeah, dude, it's popular. Well, it's more popular than I realized. I had no idea. How popular it actually is, I don't know. But like I said, it's popular enough to be an FIS discipline, and it's popular enough that Ski the East, like Rob's picture there with his boxes, they did a video. It was last year, I think. So if you're checking out I think they use YouTube. Do they use YouTube or Vimeo? I don't remember. One of theirs on one of their channels on either of those platforms has their videos, and one of them is a grass skiing video. And it was that one, I think. I don't know how to stop, so I'm hesitant to try it, but I will try it. They are a little pricey. I don't know. I didn't see any good sales or good clearance to pick up a set of those. Yeah, man, you saw it. It was a crazy video. It looked friggin' great. It looked like fun. Except they were throwing, again, the people who were in it, I couldn't tell you the athletes who were in it. I cannot remember. But they were throwing tricks, like backflips and stuff, man. Like, are you kidding me? On grass skis? This shit doesn't look like you should be able to ski it. We need more ski hills with plastic like UK has for summer skiing. Now, there's an interesting point, Ryan, and you're right. That is also an option, and he's talking about what amounts to big I think this is what you're talking about. Big plastic mats that have like this brushy plastic stuff on it. You see him in training centers a lot. You see him, he's right in the UK has them, other places in Europe. Copenhagen, that waste to energy plant in Copenhagen, Denmark. That's basically what runs along the entire roof of that, making that a big ski hill right in the middle of the city. That stuff is cool. I want to try that too, and I know last year there was the opportunity, and I didn't get to. I think it was Mount Southington in Connecticut. I think. I could be wrong, but I think it was Mount Southington in Connecticut. What the hell? They had it on one of their trails. Not the whole trail, but they were planning on expanding for the length of the trail and then maybe using more trails if it was popular. And being that it was the only place, I think, in New England that does it, because I hadn't heard of it in anywhere else in New England, the summertime stuff. But let's see here. What we got? Liberty Mountain in Virginia at Liberty University. So there you go. There's another one on the East Coast. And a bit further down from Connecticut. So there's probably no competition there. But there was one in Connecticut. Now we got word from Virginia that there's one in Virginia. Snowflex is the name of the carpet, I think. Dude, I think you are correct. I think it is called Snowflex, or maybe that's the brand name and it's called something else. I don't know, but I think Snowflex is in the name or in the material, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be the greatest way. It is Snowflex. Thank you, Miss Alyssa. Or Elisa or Eliza. I think it's Alyssa. I had a friend who spelled it just like you. Her name was Alyssa with an Issa. But I would love to try it. Who's this? What do we got here? Here's where I dissed Twitter ski peep. Why you dissing, bro? This is her first time in the virtual opera party, man. You don't need to diss. That is pretty funny, though. That's a fantastic picture. You're looking good, girl. Straight up. Check that out. Everybody look at the picture. Look at it. That's pretty hot. All right. Anyway, so the plastic mountain would be great. The indoor hills, we know that's got to be cool. Right now, just like everything else, American Dream, the Big Snow American Dream is shut down, and who the hell knows when it's going to reopen. So we don't get to try that. But that's the one I really want to try. I've been interested in those since they were invented, since the first ones. I think the first ones started going up in Japan. Is that right? Did the Japanese put up the indoor places first? Someone fact check me on that so I don't have to mess with the computer or the phone. Powder Ridge in Connecticut. That's the one. I was wrong. Thank you, John. That is correct. I was wrong. Okay, so there you go. There's the plastic run. So that's probably closed too. And I would love to try the plastic stuff, and I would like to get down there and do that if it reopens or when it reopens. I shouldn't say if. What's this, Rob? Summer tubing near Shawnee. So see, this stuff is all over the place, this plastic junk. I mean, I don't want to go too far with it because I don't want to think anybody to think I'm anti-environment. I love the environment. I am an environmentalist to a point. I have, I don't have much of a carbon footprint anymore. Well, tonight I do, because I got the computer running, the phone running, the microphone running, a big-ass light. That's, sweating me up here, which is why I'm sucking down water by the ton. The world's first commercial indoor ski slope, 87 to 205 in South Australia. Oh, see, I was way off. See, one of the things, oh, dude, tubing's fun, man. I'm not even gonna mess with it. On tubing, I love tubing, and I would keep the Summertime Stoke alive by tubing. I love tubing. It's silly and goofy, but you know what? It's just like, it's not, obviously the act itself isn't just like tubing down the river, but you just sit back and let Mother Nature do the work, man. It's wonderful, wunderbar, as they say. So I would definitely do that. What was I gonna say? Yes. One of the ways people keep Summertime Stoke alive is by keeping everything in shape for the next season, doing what you do, to keep strong, keep fit. Exercise that mind, baby. Exercise that mind, because so far I have made 2 mistakes, where the first indoor ski hill was, and where the plastic run in Connecticut was. So I made 2 biffs, but I don't mind, because if I'm wrong, that means I've learned something new. And never be ashamed of being wrong. It's okay to be wrong, just don't be a dick about it. That's all there is to that, man. It's okay to be wrong. Don't be arrogant and think you're always right. I don't think I'm always right. I never think I'm right. But Plastic Hill, definitely want to try that when they reopen. Indoor ski slopes, we were talking about it before the COVID-19 crisis, going down there and doing probably not a live show, a live stream, but definitely recording live at Big Snow. And I was going to go down there. Rob was going to join me. We were going to try and get the Albas to go with us. Probably 1 or 2 of my boys from up here. Probably 1 or 2 of my boys from Jersey. And not just Snowcat, who is not with us tonight. Or if he is, he hasn't checked in yet in the chat. But we were going to go down there and we were going to do a day of just checking it out, or at least a session, and then see if we could do, record a podcast down there, both video and audio. And we obviously can't do that because COVID-19. But that was going to be our big... That's what we've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about, and there's been a lot of good feedback on it to go over to Big Snow American Dream. Talk about a great way to keep the summertime Stoke alive, and what is this? It's not hurting the environment to cover our man-made ski hill dirt pile with plastic. Yeah, I'm with that. Rob has offered to fly us all to the PNW. I'm going to drive. I'm not a fan of the airplanes, man. Nope. Honestly, though, I'll tell you this. The only time I have been to the PNW, I've been to Seattle, was on an airplane. Washington is the only state I've only flown to. I've been to almost every state in the union. I've driven to almost all of them. That's how I keep the summertime Stoke alive. I keep myself ready. I keep myself going and active. I like to get in the car and just drive all over the place. Again, cut short. Really what we have during COVID-19 for the summertime snow, keeping those ski and snowboard dreams alive, is to do this. Like, we can get together, we can listen to our dance music in the background, and we can have our, I don't know if I'm on beat because I really can't hear it that well while with my dancing, but we can keep our virtual opera party going, we can drink and we can talk, and I can try and entertain you and be funny and be a jackass with my dancing and wearing my ski goggles and shit, but we're all wearing them. We all have our gear on because that's what virtual opera is about. A toast to virtual opera and all of you who are in watching me tonight. A lot of talk here about Philly to Denver's $11. Damn, it's almost worth it to go to Denver. Risk that COVID-19. Don't do that. All right, wherever you land on the COVID debates, the COVID jokes, the COVID memeings, don't risk anything. And then if you do, don't blame me because I'm making stupid jokes. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay inside. Play safe. Play safe. Hashtag be safe. Hashtag play safe. And don't get me in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't like getting in trouble. But with Rob flying us out to the PNW, that's what we were talking about. I don't like flying, but I would go out there because, well, here's the deal. As of right now, Colorado is so not obeying stay at home. That's what I've been hearing, dude. That is what I've been hearing. I hear it continues. Even after all the ski resorts were closed, even after all the uphill closed, even after going to the backcountry closed, nobody's following it. Up here, man, it's dead out. The only reason there's any activity outside of the HQ here is because it's on a main road. So trucks are still going through there constantly, and who I assume are the essential people who are driving, back and forth. This is a main road. For Vermont, it's what could be considered a busy road. And before all this went down, I was hearing cars through the night, which you never have in Vermont except for a few places, like the interstate, like this main road that goes across the state, like the next road over that's actually a main road. Actually, the next road over, well, it's actually two roads over, is the road to Killington from here. Route 4 for any Vermonters or Easters out there. They are busy typically, but most roads aren't. And now even these busy roads aren't that busy. So we're following it for the most part, at least here in town. I don't know about anywhere else. But I have heard that Colorado is having trouble obeying the stay at home. And where else was having some trouble with that? What's this picture here? Virtual opera. Oh, is that plastic hill? That looks awesome. Is that a carpet lift or a rope tow with the plastic under that? Does anybody know? Is that... Anybody know about that? I know you're waiting to catch up. Who's this? All right, that's amazing. With the full plastic mask and then the face mask. Dude, Rob, you a trip, man. You're the best. That's incredible. You need to ski. You don't need to. I'm not telling you what to do. But if you ski like that once this season, this coming season, that would be friggin' amazing, dude. That would be hysterical. That would be hysterical. But back to that first picture, that terrain park. Is that a carpet lift, or is that a rope tow on on the plastic stuff? Does anybody know? Because that's really cool. That looks fantastic. I would take the ride to Virginia. I would absolutely take the ride to Virginia to check that out. Excuse me. I would absolutely take the ride to say, ooh, look, another picture. What do we got here? Dude, that's really cool. That looks fantastic. All right, my ski to Easters. Even if stuff, actually, it's funny. There's been talk about the next indoor ski hill is probably going to be in Virginia. I forget where. It's somewhere along the I-95 corridor, I think. That's where the next indoor one, and then they're going to build another one. If the people who own American Dream can build American Dream Miami, there's going to be one going in there. So there will be the possibility of up to three in the next few years, 3 indoor ski hills, all like Big Snow American Dream, or similar at least. And then they're going to catch on in other places. Like, I was talking to some friends from Las Vegas, or about Las Vegas, and that, I'm saying, one of these is going to go in there, because even though Lee Canyon ski area up there is very high, it doesn't have snow all year round. And Las Vegas is very hot. It'd be great to go in there, ski all day, and then hit the strip at night and gamble your ass off. I do like the gambling. I'm not going to lie about it. Always have. What are we talking about here in the live check about this? We talk about going down to Virginia to check that place out, because when it opens, I would love to check it out. I would take the ride down there. If I can do it and you guys can do it, maybe we'll go down there and check that out and rip that up. I mean, I'm not a park rider. Absolutely not, but I'll go down there. It looks like that one. Like, if you go on the picture here, what's this? It's it's a Poma lift with the carpet underneath, with the plastic underneath it. All right, that's cool, man. I would check that out. I can ride that. I've had trouble with that lift before. If you check out that episode of the Ski Rex Media podcast, you can hear the story about my most embarrassing story, actually. You can check that out. It will be linked tomorrow in the replay. Or maybe I'll just throw it up on social media again, just for the fun of it. Let's see. Can we go to the next tweet? I'm done with my face. Yeah, dude, that's already gone by. Are you stuck in the past, Miss Alyssa? Because we've had a couple of things come by. Your face hasn't been there for a little while, kiddo. I don't know. I hope you're not stuck. Yeah, man. All right. So anyway, yeah, we should go down and check that out. I would love to check that out, and I'd love to check out the indoor. See, that's what I'm saying. Summertime Stoke, as a discussion, like, we can sit here and talk about it all night long, which we may or may not do, but to keep it alive now, you don't have to just have dreams of skiing, unless, like traveling to Virginia. It's like for me, for instance, it's a lot easier than a T-bar. I didn't wipe out on a T-bar 3 times in a row. I'm telling you, Ryan, there's an episode of the Ski Rex Media podcast. I tell my most embarrassing story ever. It took place at Killington. I don't remember if you were a follower yet or not, so you may not have seen it or heard it, but it was bad. I biffed on a lift like that, but I bet you I can do it now. I know what I did then, so I'm pretty sure I can do it now. But for someone like me, driving down to Virginia to hit this place isn't really a big deal. It's a long drive, but I like a long drive personally. But it does take resources, and not everybody has those resources. It could probably get expensive with lodging and gas, although gas is cheap right now, but who knows how quick that's going to skyrocket once all this quarantine stuff is over. But taking the ride down there wouldn't be that big of a deal. And then, like I said about indoor skiing, I have in New Jersey. I used to drive farther than that to get from here to get to where I lived in New Jersey. So, it's very easy to the season doesn't have to end. So even though Lance isn't on tonight, this really kind of does answer his point. How do you keep alive? Do you just stop thinking about snow for 6 months, or do you do something about it? And for some of us, we could do something about it. Learned to ski on a Poma at Killington when I was like 6. Slope beside Snowshed. That's the fucker that I used to wipe out on. Well, not used to wipe out on. It only happened one day, and I never tried the goddamn thing again. That fucking lift, that's the one. It's not there anymore. It's not. They took it down a few seasons ago, I think, but that's the one that kicked my ass. Yep, that's the one. I think that was the one. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the one. But I'll try that one in Virginia. That's my point. Summertime Stoke now is just keeping the season going if you can. You know what I mean? It just, and you might be able to now because there's so many different options. And if you can't, if you don't have the resources or the wherewithal or the time off, you can't always get, if you're taking your vacation to go skiing in the winter, you can't always get another week or two in the summer unless you work your ass off and have saved up a shitload of time. For my real job back in New Jersey, that's what I did. I had so much time saved up. I could have taken a month off, paid, no issue. But then there weren't the options back then. It was either give it up and just kind of do other things until the winter starts around, or go places that I either didn't have time for or didn't have the money for. Even though I was making a good living, I didn't always have time. One of the reasons I was able to save up all that goddamn vacation time is because I worked and worked and worked and worked. So, it's not always, and life gets in the way, and if you're like me, you let it get in the way. So you can't always go to Colorado, you can't always go to California Lake, you can't always go to Beartooth Basin in Montana for the summer, you can't always go to Mount Hood for the summer. The one on Snowden, that's the one that kicked my ass, guys, believe me. Oh yeah, it was Snowden. Wait, which one was it? There were two, you guys are right. Now I can't remember which one it was, which is good, which means I'm forgetting the story. So maybe it's not so embarrassing anyway. But yes, the Poma lift is a bitch. It kicked my ass. Snowden Poma was the one that took me down. Where'd you say the other one was, Ryan? Besides Snowshed. There was a Poma. Man, am I forgetting Killington's layout? I might be. It has been a while since I skied it. I was there last November for the races on Giant Slalom Day. But I haven't skied it in a while. And I've been during the summer since I'm back in Vermont, hiking, taking photos and stuff. But no, the Snowden Poma was the one that whipped me. I mean, and if I'm wrong, you know what? Go ahead and watch, go ahead to the Ski Rex Media podcast playlist here on the YouTube channel, and you can find that. It's even titled The Most Embarrassing Story I Have. The next indoor one is supposed to be 30 minutes from my house. There you go. So that's where the next indoor ski area is going to be in Virginia, the one I was talking about. It's going to be really swank, too. It's going to have, like, a fancy hotel and, like, restaurants and training center and all kinds of shit on it. So that's going to be cool. And then the next one after that, if the company or the corporation that owns the American Dream Mall, which also owns Mall of America, which also owns the big mall in Edmonton for our Canadian brothers and sisters, the next one's going to be at their next mall in Miami after the one in Fairfax. Yes. So there you go. Fairfax first, Miami second, which will actually be second and third, and then wherever else they happen to open one up. Mark my words, there will be one in Las Vegas, and I love that town. Anyway, I would go there anyway. It's another great way to keep Summertime Stoke alive. It's kind of amazing, actually. For a while, I was living in New Jersey. If we weren't taking time up to go ski, we were heading down to Atlantic City to go gamble. So there you go on that one. So there you go. That's Summertime Stoke for you. The season doesn't have to end, but if it does, stay in the mountains, stay active, stay doing other things that, feel similar. If you're a snowboarder, get on your skateboard. Plus, that some of those longboards now are some of the special, I don't know what they call them, caster boards maybe? Or is that something different? I don't remember. They have the snowboarding carving ability. Hannah Teeter used to hawk one, I think. Or was hers motorized? Can't remember. But keep that Stoke alive by doing what you love to push you through the next season. Or even if it means watching movies, man, like stream the shit out of them. There's something about McConkey is free on Matchstick's website, dude. Go ahead and watch that in all of its standard definition glory. I watched it the other day, man. That guy was a clown and beyond that brilliant when it came to action sports. Action sports, I use that term loosely, but as a skier and as a base jumper, it's amazing. There's Rob also, showing off the gear. Look how ski rexed up he is too, man. Like he's got the stickers, man. He's got the hoodie. I know he's got a tee, I think at least one. He'll tell you about it, man. And now Scooter's got the hoodie on, man. It's great. Alyssa's got stickers. Snowcat's got stickers. The name is going out there, kids. If you're interested in joining these kids with their merch and supporting the program and all that, look over here. Okay, over here, and I think I'm on the right side. This is the money side of the hashtag shameless plug bar, and we got Patreon over here, which you can do that too. $1 a month. There really isn't a paywall. It's just to support the program. Also, you get a nice little fake virtual gold plaque that I make all by myself in Photoshop that I display on the website. And you get your name in the credits, which you will see once this stream ends. And we're already at the hour mark. Actually, hour and 5 minutes. So if you knock off the 15 minutes that I left in there with the test patterns to let everybody had a chance to get in, we're just about an hour. So we're doing good. We're gonna go way longer than we did last time because we're only now getting. And I am gonna move on from Summertime Stoke to the other topic because sex sells, and I'm gonna exploit it. So anyway, that was the Patreon thing that I was talking about. And then merch is the other one, skirexmedia.threadless.com. There's a brand new design on it. I was talking about the bogus lawsuits, people not taking responsibility for their own actions, and yet they're still able to sue for hundreds of thousands, or in some cases $1 million or more dollars. And I wanted to make sure everybody knew that skiing was wicked dangerous. So there is a new design out there that's on shirts, and it's on cups, it's on notebooks. I think it's on a couple, like a backpack or two. It's all over the place. You can get a towel with it. So check out the merch, help support the show. Check out the Patreon, help support the program. I'm having trouble with the stream, so I hope no one else is. I think I'm still going, though. It looks like I'm still going. Nope, that was just my phone being a bitch. So we're still going, and that's good. We're still live, all right? So now, Summertime Stoke. Let me just close this off with saying, we keep it alive. If you're anything like me, you keep it alive by hitting the bikes, hitting the skateboards, keeping in shape, keeping your eye on, the industry, keeping your eye on movies, watching movies. I have my stack of movies. Out Cold, Aspen Extreme, Hot Dog, Icebreaker. If you've never seen that one, Sean Astin, Bruce Campbell, filmed at and takes place at Killington, Vermont. Check that movie out. Not easy to find. You may have to buy a copy, but it'll only probably cost you $2. Maybe, I don't know. I've had mine for a while. All right, so now let's move, because Summertime Stoke, we keep it alive by being just ready, and we're doing virtual opera, and that's really what it comes down to. The virtual opera party, here's to us keeping the Stoke alive. Who's with me? I need a drink. My throat is dry. Damn, I really should have cut that commercial in so I could run and get another drink, because I'm not going to leave you sitting here looking at the test pattern again. That would be a dick move, I think. Anyway, topic number 2, the naughty mountain moments. Again, this could stay innocent. It absolutely could. However, it might not. So here is your viewer discretion. I may say something dirty. Someone in the comments and live chat might say something dirty. I hope no one is offended by naughty talk. By naughty, I mean it could have adult content and sexual themes, because the story I'm going to talk about, and it could get bad. It could remain completely stupid and innocent, but everybody in here appears to be an adult, so I think we'll be okay. So viewer discretion is advised. Here we go. Now, as I was saying at the beginning, naughty mountain moments came from a Quora post. Someone was put up who has, I can't remember exactly how they put it, but something about naughty moments. That was the way they put it. That's why I'm using the word naughty. That's the way they put it, and I'm stealing their bit, so I'm using that word. We lost a viewer. Did I already scare somebody off with the adult themes? Of course. I was expecting that to go skyrocketing, man. So I have a story. Now, this story is from a chairlift. I can't remember if someone was riding the lift with me. I might have been by myself. It might have been one of my boys, unofficial Trav of Ski Rex Media. I use that because he is unofficial because I can't pay him, but he has helped me out, and he was part of the Lost episode. He might have been riding the chair. It was at Mount Snow. I do know that. And we're riding the chair. There goes another viewer scaring people off. Don't worry, this story's going to get good, especially for you pervier people. And you all probably have seen this. Now, we all know people can get a little affectionate. They can get a little carried away with their public displays of affection. Some people are bothered by this. Some people are not bothered by this. I am one of the ones who is not bothered by it. In fact, I see the funny in it. I think that shit is hilarious from time to time. So I'm riding up the chair. I'm on the chairlift, minding my own business. And I realize there's a couple in front of me. Maybe they weren't a couple. Maybe they just met on the chair. That is something I will never know. Let me move my chair over, speaking of which. It was an older chair. Fixed grip triple, very slow. It might have even been the Summit triple. I don't remember exactly which lift. What I do remember is they were sitting next to each other and something, I didn't really think much of it until I realized my man was getting handsy with his chick. Now, if they're getting handsy, that's fine. Again, really didn't think anything of it until he very, very openly, and she allowed this, and again, to each their own. I'm definitely not judging them. If you think I'm going to judge these people, I'm not. Definitely do what you want, how you want. What you do and how you do it is up to you. I'm saying maybe think about venue. Because my man was not only getting handsy, he was working his girl over. To put it mildly, he was giving his girl a hand job. Big pull off the bourbon. You're probably going to need it with this one. Wait, what's this picture? I'll get back to the story. Virtual opera. Hey, Lance is, at least he's getting in on it on Twitter. And he's sitting back. He's got his lean back right on, big pun, rock on. Here's that. He might even like this story. Lance, if you're not in here, get in on this. Someone get him in on here for the finish of this story. Anyway, my man was giving his girl a hand job on the chairlift. And not like on a Monday. Like it was a busy ass day. And my man was finger blasting his chick. And I understand voyeurism. I do. Some people get down with that kind of thing. Some people love it. What is this? I once met a girl on a chairlift. We were stopped, ended up against a tree in the woods, but hey, would you expect anything else? And there's Rob's story, which just beat mine. I have seen, like I said, I've seen some crazy stuff in my day, and that chairlift story was dirty because my man kept working his girl over right up until the lifty. If the lifty was looking, he'd have seen something. He'd have noticed. And, maybe that's just how they get down. Maybe they ended up against the tree afterwards. Rob, was this you at Mount Snow? Did our paths cross before? Was this the foreplay that led you to that tree? So Rob obviously has a better story about himself. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for having no shame. I like that about a person, zero shame, man. That's admirable. That is absolutely admirable. And sometimes you just hook up, man. And hooking up is a big part of ski and snowboard culture. I think it's a big part of any kind of culture like that in action sports, in outdoor sports, in mountain sports. I think that's a big part of it. And that's everything. Skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, hiking, climbing, even cross-country skiing, hikers hitting the Appalachian Trail. You know how many people are banging out on that thing and not caring who can see it? Probably a lot. I'm willing to bet a lot. And like I said, my story wasn't my story at all. My story was I saw a couple of people doing what they're doing, and they're doing it right on the lift. And like I said, we're not trying to hide it. They were not trying to hide it. Now, it's because they weren't trying to hide it that I didn't make light of it. What's the point of calling someone out and making fun of them, which would have been a dick move, absolutely. But what's the point if they're not trying to hide it? They want people to watch. And that's why I think I wasn't alone. I think I had someone with me, because we're looking at each other like, yo, are you fucking seeing this? My man is just, and you look at it because you don't believe it at first. Like if I would have come around the bend and seen Rob with this hookup 15 minutes against a tree, if I would have come around the corner, I would have stopped and I've been like, I would have stopped someone I didn't know and been like, dude, are you seeing this? And again, I don't judge. If you're into the voyeurism and that's how you get down, you know what, kid? More power to you, because I'm not going to make fun of you. If you are shamed and you're trying to get away with something and we can tell you're uncomfortable about getting away with it, might say something to fuck with you. Might. Well, younger me would have, so older me, a part of me would like to do that. But, you know, what is this? What's the runtime of Killington's Gondola? 13 minutes? Which one? Back in the 80s. Which ones did they have in the 80s? I was a teeny weeny in the 80s. I was a teeny weeny kid in the 80s. 13 minutes is about right, though. It's definitely not much longer than that, is it? But, I mean, who needs more than that? Who needs more than that? You know? Get it done, baby. Do your thing. If you can get it done in 13 minutes, by all means, dude, just be kind to whomever you're riding with. I have ridden the gondola with a ton of people. Skyship's got to be 13 minutes. No, is the Skyship 13 minutes? I really can't remember. I do not remember lift times at all. The only lift time that I can remember, the only travel time I can remember was when the Summit Triple and the Summit Quad at Mount Snow. I can't remember the quad's name. I remember their numbers, 11 and 17. The Triple was 17 minutes, and the Quad was just around 8. So that, but that's what high speed was back then. Now high speed can do that in like 30 seconds, I think. Like these lifts are starting to move so fast now that people are going to start getting, motion sick on them. It's ridiculous. What's this G move? Crested Butte used to have naked ski day on the last day of the season. It was great. We all looked like zits with white bodies and sunburned heads and necks. That's a beautiful thing, baby. That's a beautiful thing. Naked ski day is a beautiful thing, but it's not. Well, actually, you know what? I've never participated. And it's kind of funny that you don't see that much here, because in Vermont, technically, public nudity is legal, or at least it was. I don't know if it still is. Maybe they got around to changing that law, but at one point, you couldn't go into like businesses and shit. But if you're just walking down the street, it was perfectly okay. Here in the Green Mountain State, very hippie around here. Not gonna lie. But last I knew, and G, correct me if I'm wrong. Naked ski day and all the naked ski shenanigans that have happened over the years are not necessarily sexual. It's just being shameless and having the balls to do it. That's what that was. Is that right? Am I wrong about that? Did I get the wrong vibe? Because sexual nudity is whatever, but if you just have the ball, because look, the cold wouldn't bother me. Knowing that if any day I'm going to fall, it's going to be that day, and even on a powder day, that's not going to be comfortable, I don't think. But again, never done it, so not sure. And again, because as far as I know, it's not sexualized, it doesn't count as naughty, it just counts as nudity. Like, that's art. If you've ever been to an art museum, there's naked people all over an art museum, whether it be sculpted or painted or whatever. Naked ski day is art. But, what do we got here? I lost my train of thought just because I'm looking at the comments. Ryan, 80s Killington gondola took like an hour. Whew, that's a long ride. Like, Killington's a big mountain. It's got some altitude, but an hour long gondola ride, that would kill. Although, though, if you're the only two on it and you want to take advantage of it and get what would you call that? Obviously, it's not the Mile High Club unless you're, unless you're out in mile high places like, Colorado, California, Nevada, Tahoe area. I mean, parts of Arizona, New Mexico. Unless you're Mile High, that's not really Mile High Club. It should have its own name. You could, whatever it is, the Gondola Club, whatever it is, an hour-long gondola ride, you can get some shit done. And if you're the only two in the car, then, you can get a lot done with your girl, your boy, or both, or 2 or 3 people. You can have a fucking orgy up in that thing if you really wanted to. What is this? 13 is the length of the green burner off the top. That's my confusion. Shit happens, dude. Like I tell you, man, I've been to that mountain a ton of times. I can barely tell you how to get there right now. I mean, I do know how to get there because it's just Route 4 all the way over, then take the ass of the... Rob, I'm not in the voyeurism, just a moment. Well, that's good. I mean, if you were, I wouldn't shame you. If you're in the voyeurism, get down. Do what you got to do, baby. You know me. You know me. Tim's not judgmental. I'm not going to judge you. You do what you want when you want to do it with who you want to do it with, as long as nobody gets hurt physically, emotionally, and mentally. Yes, I have my scars and my mistakes and my bad choices. Now, if you are getting it done, please be careful of who's around. The thing about a ski mountain is there's kids around, and you're right, there's worse things they could be seeing, but they don't need to see that. And if you are in the gondola, I've ridden the gondola with a lot of people, talked to a lot of people, rode with the Grim Reaper. What is this? Another Colorado gem, Crested Butte. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Thank you, dude, for finding the one with the picture with the person turned around, because I would have to go back through for the replay and blur her out. So thank you for doing that. Allowing guests to ski nude on the last day of the season, usually sometime in April and May. Not happening this year, kids, unfortunately, because of COVID-19 and whatnot. So, which is kind of a shame. Like I said, Naked Ski Day and Naked Ski Days in other places, Crested Butte, obviously, but it happens elsewhere too. That's art to me, baby. That's not porn. Like, porn is different. Softcore porn is what I saw on that lift chair. Hardcore porn was probably what Rob was doing up against that tree in the woods. And if you've ever seen, other stuff, I know I've seen a lot. Obviously, others have done a lot. You see people making out on all the time. That you see all the time. I saw a guy getting some over the shirt chest action with his girl in a lodge once. We almost walked up, slapped him on the back of the head, and said, "Bro, come on, there's kids here. They don't need to see that shit." If it was just a bunch of adults, I wouldn't care. I'd cheer them on, go for it, dude. Just don't. And don't do it on the table either, because somebody has to clean that up unless you're nice enough to clean it up yourself. That's why I always say, if you're going to do this kind of thing in a ski lodge bathroom, do it. I mean, it's not a clean thing, but do it as clean as you can, because people work there. And you don't want to have them clean. I was one of those people who had to clean those fucking bathrooms, all right? When I was in high school, man. Don't fucking leave me a used rubber or anything like that. That's messed up. That is messed up. You know what I'm saying? Wow, this went a lot quicker, this Naughty Mountain thing. I thought I would have more bits on this, because my story is quick. It is quick. It was just some dude giving a hand job to his girl, or some girl, it might not have been his girl. I don't know. Maybe my man was super smooth. Maybe my man had more game than anybody I've ever seen and was going at it. In any case, he was doing it and he wasn't trying to hide it. And again, I have personally no problem with it. Do what you want to do. Just be careful of who's around, for youngins. They don't need to see that shit. It's the same with your pot. Don't smoke around the youngins. teenagers is that's a judgment call. I know what I was thinking when I was a teenager, and I know what I've already seen. I don't smoke, but I've been around marijuana for a lot of years at this point, so a lot of my friends smoke. So there you go on that. The Naughty Mountain Moments is kind of a letdown. I thought I could use some sex cells, and I don't think I did a very good job with that. Do you? What do you think about that? I beat Dean Cummings at a Playboy-sponsored mogul comp once. The ceremony was off the hook. I can imagine that it was, dude. And beating Dean Cummings, that's some bragging rights, man. Dean was good back in the day. I remember watching him ski. Never in person, but I have seen, old films. Playboy-sponsored mogul competition. That's something I've never heard of. Now, how Playboyed out was it, my brother? What did they have? Because when Playboy was a thing, it's not a thing anymore. That company's deader than dead. And know that it's not a swipe at Hef. Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner. Visionary businessman. But it's just, the company's just not what it was. Playboy sponsored mogul competition. I can only imagine they have like the bunnies, and obviously the outfits are going to be, ski. I would imagine ski oriented. That had to have been a friggin' off the chain, off the hook party and competition, dude. That's got to be something. I wouldn't mind seeing that. They need to come back out and do that. But like I said, the company's almost dead. So Playmates were judges and in attendance. There you go. That's always something you could count on. If Playboy was coming, they were bringing ladies and they were doing everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything. They weren't just, the models. They were running stuff too, as far as I know. Like, I've never done a Playboy event. They never came to our mountain. ESPN came to our mountain. That was it. That's all I can remember is ESPN. And I met some cool people during ESPN, moments, the X Games. I still tell people that I'm sure at the 1 year of the X Games, I saw Tara Takitis across the way near a lift, and I chickened out. I couldn't bring myself to go talk to her. I had a super snowboarder girl crush on her, man, Tara Takitis. Great snowboarder too, but super cute. Loved her. But that was me as a teenage boy. I am now an adult man. Well, I was coming out of my teens at that point. I was actually like 19 or 20. I was 19. And, so now, I mean, I still like cute girls, believe me, I do. I have my standards of beauty just like everybody else, and they're pretty much the same as everybody else's, though, again, like everybody else, I also have specifics. So, and those are going to be different. It's a whole thing. I have a whole theory on that, but I saved that theory for something else. There's no place here. Just know that, I thought I saw Tara Takitis and I thought I wanted to ask her. I didn't think I wanted to. I did want to go talk to her and say, hey, you want to hang out, But she wouldn't have gone for it anyway. She was famous and I was not. Not saying that she's shallow or anything, but it only makes sense for her to like. And I'm not even sure who her husband is. I know she's married now. I just don't know who. So anyway, sex sells. Naughty ski moments do happen. The best I got for that is, if you're going to do it, be safe. Not just wear, but make sure you're using protection too, be mindful of who's around as far as children go. If you want to do it in front of adults, that I don't care about. Get into your voyeurism, man. I'm all for that. Do your thing, baby. But we are getting to the hour-and-a-half mark, and because that Naughty Mountain Moments petered out a little quick, I might come back to that another time for something else. But I think I'm done with that one, But we did talk about a little bit about Naked Ski Day. I'm trying not to hiccup into the microphone. We did talk about Naked Ski Day, and if you're down for that, dude, do it. Again, just be safe. If you fall here in the east, you're falling on loose pack granular or hard pack granular. Let's see. I first moved to Glenwood Springs and skied Aspen Highlands. Aspen High School is on the other side of the parking lot. Good times. I can imagine. I've heard that area is actually a party area, man. Anyway, I don't know if that's true because I've never been, up there. And I don't know if that's true. You'll have to tell me, dude. And I can imagine there's good times, and I imagine there's ladies everywhere, and I imagine there's dudes everywhere, and you can have whatever you want whenever you want it. So, what are we doing here, kids? Before tubing, I once slept with a woman going downhill. I shit you not. Wait a minute. Before tubing? As in you were in line to go tubing, or you were in the process of go tubing and you hooked up on the hill? Before, like, at the top? Glenwood is beautiful. I believe it, dude. Come on, Rob. I gotta know. Before tubing, he hooks up with someone going downhill. Dude, you're an animal. Don't go after any of the girls I want, because you'll get them before I will, dude. Like, if we're hanging out ever and we're skiing, like, dude, she's kind of cute. Let me have her, because you'll beat me out, dude. I don't have game like I once have, I have to rely on my wit and charm, and I'm not 100% sure how great those are. Yeah, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I like to think I am, but brains only get you so far, and wit and charm can take you the distance. But, I don't know, you guys gotta tell me how witty and charming I am here on the old Ski Rex Media podcast, dude. But Rob, he's bagging chicks on the damn chairlift and going tubing, and here I am, alone, forgotten. It is COVID-19 time, so anyway, let's start shutting this down for the night. Did everybody enjoy it? Go ahead real quick before we get off. Tell me if you had a good time. Send in some comments. Let's see here. Apparently Rob and I have something in common. McGill's Hill, north of New Hope. As in New Hope, Pennsylvania. I don't know the McGill's Hill north of New Hope, but that's the only sound of New Hope I've ever been to in the USA, so that's my immediate go-to. I do know that town, though. I've been there. I actually have an aunt that doesn't live too far from there. So anyway, as I said, we're going to start shutting this down. Thank you for joining me. Yep, PA. I know the town. I probably know the hill. I just don't know it by name. I do love that area. I do really like that area. It's really nice over there. I know not the point of your story, but that's the only story I have from over there. I didn't hook up with any broads over from over there. I shouldn't say that. There's women in here. I shouldn't be using terms like broad and chick. I should be more respectful than that. But however, I'm talking about hooking up on the side of the mountain, so there you go. I don't know. So thank you all for playing once again. Thank you all for joining me. Here I am once again wearing myself out and talking for an hour and a half is more, I don't really want to say it's tiring, but it does bring on a type of fatigue, I could say. So how did I do, guys? How are we liking this virtual operate thing? Because if you like it, and we're going to keep doing it at least until quarantines are over, until stay-at-home orders are done, until the COVID-19 is done, Do we like doing this? Is this something we want to do? And if it is, tell your friends, man. Let's get more heads in here. I would love to see this grow a little bit, because you never know. I might take the opportunity, I should say, not the time, to go from the recorded podcast and just do a live show every week instead. Would that be good? I mean, I'd rather keep doing both. Scooter, do it again. He likes it. Thank you, my brother. Come on, everybody else. Weigh in. Come on. Tell me. All right, let's be honest, dude. Let's be 100% real. I like attention. Now, everybody likes attention, but I love it. I love it, obviously, because here I am doing it, and I love it. So give me your attention and tell me. I know a couple of you do enjoy it, and I hope everybody enjoys it. I do want to keep doing it, and I think it'll be good for us to help keep that summertime Stoke alive, and maybe we can come up with some more naughty stories. Like I said, my mom watches these, so I'm only going to tell you the ones I've seen. I'm not even going to tell you if I have any for real. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Guest calls is still something I'm working on. What it might turn into, believe it or not, is just using my phone and hooking a cord, hooking the headphone jack to my computer from my phone. Because if I try to do it inside the computer, my computer's going to crawl to a halt and it won't work. And that was one of the things that went wrong with the Lost episode, is that my hardware couldn't handle it. But as is the answer with most things, the simplest answer is the right one. Hence, using a cell phone or another device. I can do it with a tablet too, whatever. And I take a patch cord and plug that into my computer, and boom, we have guest calls. You won't be as far, unless there's a way to do it. I don't know. I do know how to do it with the computer, to do a video call. Like, instead of the Twitter feed, I could put a person in there. But that's what'll cause the computer to damn near crash, and maybe crash. It's got some, my computer is mid-range. It doesn't really have enough balls. But as I just said, I gotta do some tests to make sure I'm not wrong about using the phone. But if it does, then we'll figure out a way, and we can have people call in and talk all goddamn night. Not all night. An hour and a half, 2 hours, that'll probably be it for me. So we went up and I went down. That might be the next shirt on the next shirt design on Ski Rex Media merch store. skirexmedia.threadless.com. Right over here. That's funny. I can't even get over that. So yes. So we went up and I went down. Rob, you're a dirty boy, and that's why I enjoy every last minute of every piece of interaction you've ever had with Ski Rex Media, and why you are the hypest of the hype men. Absolutely. If you all are gearing for number one fan, that's probably the person you got to be right there. Anyway, guest calls, like I said, I'm still working on it. We'll get it. And again, if you do like this, the virtual opera party, I'll keep doing it. I'll do it again next Saturday too. We'll keep doing it for at least as long as we're all stuck inside for the COVID-19. And if not, then after that, if not, maybe we'll just keep doing it anyway. And maybe it'll get better. And like I said, I am going to upgrade one piece of equipment, with the wonderful support from those of you who are buying merch and supporting on Patreon. That being, you'll see those names in the credits. Holly and Joanne and Rob. One of them is my mom. But seriously, through that support of the show, I can upgrade at least one piece of equipment. I'm wanting to upgrade my camera because it'll not only make it look better, but it'll actually run better. So through your wonderful support, we can start to upgrade, and maybe eventually we can upgrade to a real streaming system, and then I can have video calls and all kinds of crazy shit going on, and then maybe even have a producer here so I don't have to be pushing buttons all the time too. You know what I mean? So anyway, it seems like you guys like it. I like doing it. Thank you for liking it. Tomorrow morning, at some point, the replay will be up, so if you missed it, or if you want to share with your friends what's going on with the Ski Rex Media live cast so we can get more folks in here, that'll be up tomorrow in the morning. You'll see that on social media in between the top posts. Tomorrow is top post day. And I think that's everything. Be safe. Stay inside if that's the rules, or if you go outside, do it responsibly. Get that ski gear taken care of the proper way for summer storage. Keep out your goggles and your helmets and your gloves and your jackets, because we're going to keep going virtual opera, and hopefully maybe one day we can do a rock and roll party and not just the dance party. But then again, I kind of like the dance music, when it's going. So there you go. All right. Thank you for playing, everybody. I will see you next time. This is Tim from Ski Rex Media. Again, follow me on the social medias over here. Oh, wait, we got one more Twitter comment. Looks like a bump line right on the right. Whoa, what's this? Oh, we're still talking about, I'm getting Twitter. I know, I went to goggles. We're getting Twitter posts coming in still. That's all right. They can, we will get it. In any case, I am Tim from Ski Rex Media, as you know. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Follow me on social media over here, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That is all at Ski Rex Media or /Ski Rex Media. And then Patreon starts at $1, but give whatever you think I'm worth. And then merch, get a shirt, get a couple stuff. I will be wearing my shirt for the next one, hopefully, depending on how well the mail runs. Okay? Thank you for playing. Have a good Saturday night. Happy Easter if you celebrate Easter tomorrow morning. I hope you get plenty of chocolate from the Easter Bunny, and I will see you on the next one, my kids. Laters.